Hello. 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 What is this? No. Uh, anyhow. Why does this change? Who the heck knows? Let me check this one. Oh, I guess I could do this. Yeah. Hmm. Weird. All things considered, it shouldn't be so weird. Can you guys hear me properly? Me properly? Yeah, you can. Okay, cool. And of course, the camera is not the best. There you go. There you go. Just gonna get a sip of my coffee here. So, yeah. Today, I was thinking about the next prompt that I got, but I don't know if I want to follow that. Um, I have it here, so I probably can find it. I don't know if I want to follow that one because it's, I don't know. They're all random. They have been, all of them have been random. Where are you? I have so much footage here. All the short videos. I think these are the last that I got from Reddit. Somebody typed something, but now I cannot see it. Oh, happy birthday, Pedrino. Happy birthday. Hope you had a nice birthday. Uh, so the last one I did for it wasn't Friday, it was Wednesday, I think. An owl of on top of a moose, which would be this one right here. Um, this is not the actual drawing. The actual drawing is this, just in case this is the first time you watch my stream. This is the last drawing I did. I have 5 more pages to go on this sketch. I might shift into doing more like um, pages, like loose pages, because it's been a challenge. After a while, you have to deal with all the other pages. So if you want to get really like utilize the entire paper, it's a little bit of a challenge with this kind of sketch. And so we'll see. We'll see what I do with that. So somebody wrote to me about, there was one that I did really random. This one, the penguin uh, riding a whale. That's really funny. But somebody wrote um, that penguin living the dream. So it's up to imagination. So let's see what I can do. Just gonna do start light with just a thumbnail, really. So gonna turn this on so I can just use my phone as light. So the most practical way I've found so far to do this. I'm working on different ways of dealing with this, but for now, this is what I got. Uh, yeah, hopefully in the future I'll be able to change things. That's way better, isn't it? That's better lighting. Um, a penguin living the dream. So that's up to imagination. What would be that dream? I just thought of a penguin maybe like uh, taking in the sun or something. Like one of those. That's a really common like trope. Could be like you can see it there, but let's say that's the penguin, and just with one of those chairs. Those absurd chairs, beach chairs. Um, a bucket with fish. Put in glasses. That's what I thought. Put in some glasses there. Yeah. He's wearing a towel. Can you all see it? I wonder if I can. No. What if I do this? Filters. Can you change this a little bit? I wonder if I can. Huh. No. I don't think it lets you play with that. That'd be nice, but it doesn't. Hmm. So I just have to. Is it like by hand? Still doesn't do it. Well, I just have to be thankful that I actually have my gear. The gear that I have, it took some effort, you guys. So I'm thankful to have what I have, but it would be awesome to have all the things needed, required to do this better. But yeah, that's this camera, this lovely, lovely camera of mine gives me a headache when I use it. So, as I mentioned, I don't know how many people might watch this that follow me already. I mentioned on last week that I was gonna take a little bit of a break because it was uh, Holy Week. I was thinking of the translation for that. So I took Thursday and Friday, and it felt nice to have a little bit of time off. And yeah, we'll see how this all turns out. I also worked on a video that hopefully I'll drop soon on my channel, um, based on some of your questions. Um, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see if it lands positively. Hopefully, some people will find it useful. That's the whole game, really. Uh, just gonna can you just swap? I'm just gonna swap to this one for like I've done in the past. Just turn off the crop and you'll see it. I cannot believe that this camera, even with all that, still better than this is a smaller camera and it should be worse, but for whatever reason it seems to work better than the other one. You can see it there, but well, anyway, that was my small thumbnail there. Yeah, I'm yawning. I'm yawning. You guys, I'm just gonna close that. I'm gonna go back to my regular thing here. There you go. On the vertical, well, good luck. Can I show you that there? I have to change too many things. Do I want to do another thumbnail? living the dream. It could be also. Oh, sorry, I didn't. I wasn't able to see your message. Why didn't. What is going on? Oh, it kind of lagged or something? The break was nice, as I was mentioning. Um, yeah, we went out and just for a little bit and just got her some toys that she seems to be enjoying quite a bit, and that was nice. She usually when we go on walks. Hi. Yeah, when we go on walks, usually she doesn't. Uh, she's like really serious. Like I don't know if there's too much sun, she gets like annoyed or something. So she's so serious. Um, or I don't know. Maybe she's analyzing things. I don't know. But that that last day that we went out, she seemed to had a lot of fun. She was laughing and just looking at everything. That was really nice. Yeah. Hi Rose. I saw your message, but what do you do, man? Do you draw? Yeah, I draw. I'm an illustrator, so I've I've been doing this for a really long time. If you go into my social media, you can see. Uh, cool. Glad you like it. Uh, yeah. So I've been doing this for a long time. And I'm yawning because I by this time already kind of tired. Thank you, thank you. Let's see. I want to go with that. That's a simple drawing. I don't wanna overthink it really. Just gonna do a small shot here. I might start to change my short videos. I don't know. I think I need to do refreshment in that regard. I think people get kind of bored. Maybe I'm boring. I thought of that. Like, yeah, maybe I'm just boring, you know? It's alright. I wanna draw a penguin. Just start by doing a potato. You see a potato? God damn it. This camera is always playing with me. Always doesn't matter. Ah, Like, I would agree. I do think that nobody is for everyone, so we have to say that nobody is a gold coin to be in good grace with everybody. I should draw an eagle. I've drawn eagles in the past, a bunch of them. What is going on here? Oh my goodness. Is it the light? Is this camera? If I turn it off, is it sharpen? No. What is it? Well, you can actually see a potato now. Maybe it's more accurate. I was pushing it too much. The gamma. That's from the gamma. The contrast. Brightness. Oh my god. Alright, do what you please, you freaking camera. Do what you want. I don't care anymore. So, to what you were saying about an eagle, I think even on this sketch I have an eagle here somewhere. Let me see. I did an eagle. Well, this is kind of an eagle. It's a griffin, but I also made another one that's actually an eagle. Where is it? Where are you? Where are you, my friend? I think it's way after. Oh, I like this one. And I made. Where's the other eagle? I made a really specific eagle. I made this one. I think this is a fish eagle or something from Africa. So it's a specific species. I also made a secretary bird, which was kind of fun. I guess this could be kind of an eagle-ish bird. I do have others, but on this sketch, I think that's the one. Yeah, I'm proud of this one. Okay. Ding 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 ding. Yeah, stop that. Okay. First shot I made didn't record. Oh my goodness. Forget about the coffee. Yeah, I've been drinking coffee for so long that now for me it's like water. Ugh. Like I got so used to it that I kind of estimate how much time I can get from a cup of coffee in regards to mileage before I start to get sleepy again. Maybe not the healthiest thing, but um, I think also you kind of build tolerance for it. Like I heard I saw a video talking about this. I don't know if it's true or not, but coffee blocks the there's a protein that we produce that makes you sleepy, I think. Was that the thing? Something along those lines. So there's two slots on the place where that protein goes. So right next to it goes another protein. And coffee, because it's the protein, once it gets into the body, the caffeine protein, once it goes into the body and starts being processed, it fits within the slot, but it doesn't close the one next to it, so the other protein can get in. The one that your body produces cannot be processed, or you cannot metabolize. Yeah, you cannot process the other protein that you naturally produce, which means that it inhibits the effect of that protein. Um, so what I was trying to get to, which I think I kind of lost my point, is that apparently your body, once you use a lot of caffeine, you drink a lot of coffee, your body starts to produce more places where that protein can latch onto uh, your your body, which makes it so that you can ingest and you can metabolize. Yeah, you can metabolize more of that specific uh, protein. So that's the reason why people that are really used to coffee, when they don't drink coffee, they start to freak out because your body is desperately asking for the input of all that protein. But yeah, just as a side note. It could be also on a. Think of, I was bitten by a freaking bug. Uh, sorry, I was saying about the drawing that it could be that it's on a pool, maybe on one of those floater thingies, donut. That's a terrible drawing. Donut thingy. Yeah. But because I already have this, I don't want to change that. It's okay. Uh, I do want to change it. Why am I like this? I'm changing it, you guys. This is my drawing, so deal with it. Where's the freaking like talking to the void? I know some of you are watching. I know some of you watch. I know. I know. I've seen you around. Sometimes you engage, sometimes you don't. It's fine. It's so cool. So good, man. I really don't like when this happens on on the paper, but anyway. Just an old man drawing random things on the internet. What do I know? Well, you'd be surprised of what I know. But that's beyond this point. Wait. Maybe I can put a sardine on it. It's a weird drink, but still. You have no idea what I'm drawing. Oh, that's even better. It's a it's a penguin because somebody mentioned about the drawing. I think this was actually your suggestion, right? The penguin riding a whale. So somebody suggested or mentioned that penguin living the dream. So yeah, actually keep forgetting how the baby penguin looks. So it has sort of a to make it so that it's in a pool. I don't know if I'm going to suggest that because it breaks it. I like the simplicity. If you start overcomplicating, you lose part of the charm of things. Often, as I mentioned, keep it simple, stupid, or as Stephanie mentioned, K KISS. I like this one when I first did it. Now I don't like it. I think I might leave that to imagination. The thing is, I didn't wanna leave the penguin in open water because then he could get eaten. That's uncomfortable conversation. Maybe I'll use a marker. I don't know. Bonitos y gorditos, chicos. I don't know what they say in English actually. I've never seen that movie in English. I'm talking about the Madagascar penguins. This is such a funny drawing. You didn't watch Madagascar? Are you kidding me? That's such a fun movie. But well, the thing is, I don't know if in English it's as funny as in Spanish because there's like a thing about that. There's a bunch of animated films that are funnier in Spanish than they are in English, and it's a thing. It's a thing on the internet. That that movie is very funny. I enjoy the heck out of it. I wonder what do I want to use for this. Yeah, better what you know. Did you guys hear that the Pope passed? That was so random. I thought that that dude was younger than what he actually was. I thought he was like on his 60s, not on his 80s. But what do I know? That was so random. I was like, wasn't this dude like in my mind? And I maybe it's because of the pandemic. In my mind, I was like, wasn't this dude chosen to be the Pope like 3 years ago or something? And it probably has been like 15. I don't know. I don't know how long he was the Pope, but probably they choose older people so they don't take up the mantle literally and figuratively for that long. Maybe could be a thing. Okay, that's good enough for now. I should turn this on. Keep on yawning. Also, he said coffee. It's for me. It's like optional now. It's like, oh, I'm supposed to stay awake. Okay, all right. Yeah, my brain is like, I'm not having it. It's just I just want to do what I want to do. Getting old sucks. If you wanna do your thing, do it while you're young and agile. Once you start to go down this path, oh, I messed this up. Once you start getting old, then, well, like, all messed up, and you start having pain in areas that you didn't know it would be a problem. So, yeah. Don't get all. I guess that's impossible. or just use your youth wisely, which is the oldest thing ever, because all of us waste part of our youth because we don't know. And then, by the time you start getting wiser, like, god damn it. I shouldn't have done this, I shouldn't have done that. All in all, I think the important thing is to keep the amount of things that you regret on check. That's the important part. Because everybody makes mistakes, but I think as long as you keep the the things that you don't like in check, then you have a better time after. Or, as Ted Lasso says, you have goldfish memory, which is easier said than done. Way easier said than done. I have too good of a memory in that regard to be able to do that effectively, but I do try. I try to heal things. Like, okay, I cannot change this thing that happened, this random thing, or I would like for this to be different, so on and so forth. I didn't ask. How was your week, Stephanie? Like you had a break during those days, because I know there some people have a couple days off, or it depends. It all depends. It all depends. Okay. Well, I hope you had a nice week. I know. I know that not everybody kind of course, follows that religion, or has that as a special date, but it's a really wide known holidays. Well, I have a whole bunch of holidays. Switch it up to this one. I can do another shot. Yeah, I'm glad I changed it to the floater. Pagano. Ah, you're a pagan. That's funny. But I have no clue. Like, are you like were you did you grow on a religion or for me I was raised Catholic. So what? What is that? I don't. Is that a joke? I really don't know what that is. Oh, so it is it like it shares stuff to like yeah, it's like most religions. Okay, so it has a series of prophets. It's really nice. It has a bunch of really nice things. That's the thing with religion. Like it, in theory, it's like it's. I think it's good to learn about religion and to be part of it, and to the extent that you want to, whoever wants to, because it gives you to some people it gives them community and gives them like some sort of connection, uh, to some purpose. I I wouldn't. There's where it starts to fall apart for me. Like I wouldn't make my religion my purpose, and that's part of why I think there's a lot of problems in our world right now. There's a lot of people that get too entrenched on their beliefs. And having said this, I do think that having a belief system is important, and a code that you live by. It's important, and we can all learn a bunch of stuff that are good for humanity from religions, different religions. I've read a bunch of when I was studying. I think in high school. In high school, they give you assignments to read uh, certain. There's a part that they ask you to read of the Quran, for example. Um, I remember when I was in the U.S. I've learned a little bit about Judaism from uh, friends, like uh, fellow students uh, that follow the religion. And when I grew up, I started reading. I read because I was interested in it. Um, Buddhism, yeah, Buddhism, a little bit of that. Uh, and I think each religion has good messages, and it's looking to like better uh, whoever follows that religion. But then it starts to get a little bit murky when people get too obsessed, and they kind of go overboard. No, it needs to be followed to the T, and it really isn't. Uh, Meaning that your way, like, to me, going to an extreme is already, you're already breaking something there, because in most cases what those things are for is for you to find balance, and like for everybody to find balance in their lives. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. Some people get too entrenched in those things. Like I don't talk about this in my social media, and it's it's not really that extreme. My country in general is really Catholic, really Catholic, Roman Catholic. It's the whole country is mostly run by that religion. It's everywhere. Um, but I think it has also affected our society in ways that it made it way less progressive. Uh, I don't know, and I know that the people that are way too much into religion, they tend to have this frame of mind that everything, oh, if you break off from tradition and so on and so forth, oh, you, uh, like what you what you said, like a pagan, you're a pagan, you you're like, come on, man, just everybody should have their own uh, connection to their spirituality. Actually, somebody at some point, I don't know if you were that day on the stream, but there was a dude that started talking about religion and going on and on and on. I don't know if it was a bot. I don't know if it was somebody trolling. I was like, this is not for that. This stream is not for that. I'm just here drawing. And I guess we're talking about this because the Pope just passed away, but I don't. It's not. It. I see it as it's a part of somebody, but it shouldn't be like, yeah, it shouldn't be like your whole existence, because the other side of it is, uh, well, it can end really bad. So uh, we all know a version of that for sure. We all know uh, cults, for example, which are really well known and illegal in a lot of places. So cults are illegal, but you allow, how you allow it, it's not it's not seen wrong when it's a religion that does something that seems to be like cultish, but that's another thing. So one thing is to follow a code and so on and so forth, and another is to blindly uh, take everything exactly as somebody else told you. I don't know. I think we all should be mindful of those things. Otherwise, it can get really overwhelming. Like, it can get really absurd. I just turned this one off. It's like too much. This is enough. Okay. So I was literally um, one of the podcasts I listen. I was listening to them talking about a cult that existed in the 70s, and I think it went to the 2000s, um, or the 90s, and it was really renowned because they ended up uh, unaliving themselves in mass. I think it was in California, was it, or in New Mexico? They were in California for a while. Then they moved to New Mexico, and I think it was New Mexico. Anyway, that part doesn't matter really, but explaining the dudes were explaining how the leaders went to through the process of making people lose their identities and follow suit into everything that they were believing. Oh, I don't know. I don't know if they didn't get into the details of if there were like full families on that, but it was I was like, what? There have been a bunch of different ones, and well, you can argue that there's some that are they have religion status, but I'm not gonna get into that because yeah, I'm a small creator and I'm not even monetized, so I don't want that level of heat. Uh, but it's like I think in all things that involve a community, we have to be mindful of groupthink or like people thinking as a herd because there have been plenty of examples of situations where like dude this is absurd. These people like uh, witch burnings, for example. That was a really dark part of history, and also really absurd. And I know that in Salem there is this theory that it was actually some form of mass delusion because they were eating a type of plant that kind of gave them the beliefs that a bunch of stuff that weren't really happening were happening, and it was like mass situation of everybody thinking the same thing and following the herd. And yeah, when that happens, it's really dangerous. So having critical thinking is it's like, dude, just you would think that most people are gonna think on their own, but not always. Some do for sure. I was listening to something the other day. The person was saying like, "Oh, I always say that I think that this should be common sense." Like one of the parents of that person told him like, "Nobody has your common sense." I was like, "That's funny." So it's not really common sense if nobody has it. Ah, my god. Anyhow, I like silly jokes. Yeah. Where's the marker? I need a Sharpie. Sharpie, Sharpie, Sharpie. Sharpie, Sharpie. Eh, well, this is not a Sharpie. I was about to use a Sharpie, but let's go back to friend over here. Oh my god. So, yeah, I think religion have a good place in people's life as long as they don't exceed, they don't become problematic. Uh, but I guess you can apply that to everything. So everything in moderation. Easier said than done, but it applies. Yeah, no worries. Good night. See you next time. Right. I think I accomplish what I was expecting. Did a decent drawing. Got closer to finishing the sketchbook. Now I will end the stream. If you enjoyed the stream, consider subscribing, hitting that like, and all that good stuff. It's completely free for you, and it helps me a bunch trying to continue to pursue this uh, crazy dream of mine. Yeah, I have an illustrated deck of cards that you can find on my website. I also have a Redbubble shop where you can purchase merch with my illustrations in them. So, I guess I'll catch you all next time. Let's end the stream now. Thank you all for watching. Until next time. Bye.